All right, so piling into the elevator, you guys make your way down. The elevator, you step inside and immediately feel a weight pull your body down, a lethargy making manifest inside of your bodies. Just reaching up a hand to the elevator buttons, it takes what feels like minutes as your arm stretches away from your body, elongating. Everything gets fuzzy as you press the lowest floor and gasp for the support bars, and the cart jitters, and it takes a lifetime to bring you down and down and down. The floor indicator proceeds through the entire set of numbers and then starts back at the top and then runs through them again. And then it just starts spinning over and over, and the cart picks up speed, vaulting all of you down into the air, spinning. You guys float up into the air, and then you start getting pressed into the ceiling of the elevator. As you're in free fall, the needle just spins around, whirring as it whistles through, accelerating even faster, plummeting your group straight into the bowels of hell. Still, you accelerate. You see your edges of your vision crowding in as blackness gives you a tiny keyhole of sight, and then bing! The doors roll aside, ungreased bearings. And all of
We
a
splat?
sudden, no, you're just standing there. All of a sudden, you're on a beach.
Is there anyone? Anyone we see?
It's kind of hard to focus. You're coming out of like an elevator inside. Yeah, you're coming out like out of an elevator inside area, and you're coming into like bright outdoor sunlight.
Dixie's gonna take point and like walk out cautiously.
All right. So yeah, you step out, and your feet immediately like crunch into something clinky underfoot. And you see like a volleyball game going on not too far away in the distance. A swimmer bobs just out of sight in the ocean.
Mission set to exterminate everyone, didn't it?
What do you mean permission? Aren't you the senior agent? Ain't I your like subordinate?
Just making sure.
Man, listen, I'm a
get out
fucking contractor. I
get
don't
out
know
a
shit.
sniper rifle.
Okay then. You want me to fucking kill them too?
Let me just take one shot and see what happens.
All
For
right.
all we know, we could be anywhere in the world.
Yeah, and you're about to shoot some.
Anymore.
You're about to shoot some innocent fucking swimmer. I agree. We could be anywhere in the world. That guy could have just recovered from fucking cancer, and he's about to get his head fucking removed.
Or he could be Elon Musk. So.
Shit, well, the last time we fucking pasted him, it didn't really go that well in terms of keeping him pasted.
Yeah, this time we're gonna be extra fair. I want to shoot one of the people with a sniper rifle.
You got a sniper rifle?
You said I could have any gun.
Well, right. Okay, fine. I just didn't realize you had a Barrett 50 cal lugging around on your back there. So you go ahead and set down the wonderfully, one of my favorite sniper guns, and you get a little feed out, and then you dial in the sight. And as you draw up, what are you shooting at?
How many people are there?
You see about 12 people over by the volleyball game, and you don't see people at this distance. You just have walked out onto this beach, and you do a glance around, and you look behind you, and you see this square opening, which leads back into the elevator. And that's behind you. Doesn't really seem to be anything around it. There doesn't seem to be like a box or a container of any kind, it doesn't really make sense why this elevator opening is just here in the middle of space. But yeah, that's what you see behind you. And as you glance around, you see these different blurs in the distance. They are moving. And then you see another thing. We're probably out there swimming around, bobbing along.
What's that other thing?
Well,
I
as you
believe they call those either seals or people swimming.
Sweels. So yeah, you take out the scope and you focus in on the thing out in the ocean, and you have to blink a couple times as you dial in the scope. It's like a bottle of gin. You feel a powerful thirst rising up in you. Arthur Green, would you please
Ah,
make a
shit.
sanity check?
Success.
It'd be so nice. Just drop the gun and sprint over there into the ocean and have yourself a cool drink. But no, you're fine. You don't need it. You don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it.
Pull the trigger.
Yeah, you shatter the bottle of gin into 1,000 pieces. You feel sorry as you see its delicious guts just start to mix inside of the salt water, but yeah, it's dead. You're not sure if it was alive. It was a bottle of gin.
I turn to Walker. This place is clearly cursed.
What the fuck do you mean, man? You just shot some fucking kid from Korea's message in a bottle. He was
This
probably fucking
place
all
is a
excited. It was probably
trap.
from second grade project he was all excited about, and now some gung ho fucking American has to blow that shit up.
I assure you, this place is absolutely a trap designed to kill us.
Well,
You
shit.
might,
If
you
the
might
best they got
think
is a
it looks
fucking
safe,
bottle,
but it's clearly very dangerous.
listen, man. I don't want to be rude, but you've killed a lot of people in front of me, and I think only maybe half of them you could have made a case for. How we know we didn't? This isn't like a surprise party from the boss.
But then why would it be so unnatural?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It doesn't look too
Hmm.
unnatural. It could just. Is it? Can we see like the sun and stuff?
Yeah, you can feel the heat of the sun overhead.
I don't know. It's still not the weirdest thing I've seen. I don't know, man. Maybe it was like just a weird optical illusion, like a hall of mirrors.
No, I could feel it. Like a calling in my brain.
Listen, man, you smell like alcohol perpetually. I don't know how much I'm willing to go out on a limb and trust your brain here. And that's coming from me, who also don't have brain that work too good.
So, as you're kind of like dismissing him, you see a hefty bottle of Jack Daniels the size of a person run by each of you, and he mounts a jet ski and begins to power across the surf through these rainbow rooster tails, and dives in to grab the corpse of the gin bottle and starts putting the life ring around him and hauling him back through the surf over to the sand. And you're looking down at the sand and you see more clearly now that the sand is actually thousands and thousands of bottle caps that squeeze in between your feet.
I think I've seen a commercial like this one time.
You mean to say that we are inside
I don't know,
the
man.
television?
That fucking weed I smoked might have been laced. I don't know. I've seen weirder shit on fucking psilocybin.
Those smudges that you saw earlier, they get nearer towards you all, start running, well, like rolling almost over to where the scene between the bottle of gin and the Jack Daniels, this yoked lifeguard Jack Daniels bottle. So he's trying to resuscitate the gin bottle, and they are six packs of beer. They were playing volleyball together, the condensation glistening off their aluminum bodies. Once vigorous, these bodies, these bottles, they were just having a good time, having fun in the sun, and one of them seems to have exploded, launching a stream of foam and celebration across the others. So now they're all just glistening with their delicious brew. It would be so good. Be so good, Green.
You know that scene in Pinocchio? Like the children's movie
Mm-hmm.
with all the donkeys.
And then, yeah, you turn him into a donkey.
This is that. But like worse and for adults.
I don't know
I
what you're
think
talking
we're
about.
like in some experimental mind thing where we're trying to help you overcome your alcoholism. Like this is like an intervention.
Mm.
What do you do?
Do I have grenades?
Of course you got grenades.
Hmm. How far do I have to go to be in throwing distance?
Oh, she's just over yonder. We'll make a quick time of it.
Hmm. Is there any cover that I can use for stealth?
Gotta come
I think they're
around
all
and
focused on the fucking gin bottle you capped.
does seem like they are distracted. There's Dune. You can come on the other side of, give you a little bit of cover, and yeah, there's a little stealth as well.
Hmm. Do I have the stealth skill? I only have 10% in stealth. Might not actually be worth it. But yeah, I attempt to quietly approach.
All right, give me a stealth roll, and then give me a demolitions roll after the attempt at coming in. Sneaky, sneaky. Give me the sneaky snake roll.
I fail the stealth.
Okay.
And for athletics, for the grenade, I get a crit success.
So you climb up on top of this dune, and you thought you were being pretty sneaky, but I guess the sun and the delirium tremors of not having had a drink in a while, and then all of a sudden they all like rotate around as you get to the top of this dune, and you just plant your grenades right at their feet, and it explodes and coats both you and Walker in delicious foamy beer, and you feel yourselves a brief moment of victory, and then you see the detonation, the ground zero, where you place these explosions, these grenades, the crater that you left in the ground, and all these different chunks of like wet, uh, twisted aluminum cans. It begins to sink like you poked a hole in the bottom of this area, and all the sand and the bottle caps begin to flood into it, and you feel yourselves being drawn in as the sand begins to draw you down, and you start to get pulled into this area, and it's like a whirlpool. You're being sucked down, and you immediately feel yourselves up to your knees, your waist, and then your chest as you're pulled into this revolving sand of bottle caps down into this hole.
Can I swim away?
You try to resist, and you can just barely stay on top of it. You're able to keep your head above the swirling mass of bottle caps for a moment, and then you're pulled under.
Dixie's just going with it because he thinks that his fucking weed was laced, and he's just tripping. And you don't fight trips.
Ride the waves.
He's going with the flow.
You guys feel pulled down, backwards, somersaulting over and over again, and then, once again, you feel something hard beneath your feet. Gravity reestablishes itself, and you find yourself on top of a stairway that begins to move. What?
In what direction does it move?
Well, not like your simple rectangular stairwell. This rises from the floors that were above you into an Escherian nightmare that twists back on itself through doorways of revolving chaos that defy logical progression or repetition. After the first few steps, they begin to move underfoot, pulling you through an escalator towards your goal, but then deposits you back on the floor from which you just left. A mocking revolving door spinning you into the same do not pass go square. Vertigo seizes you once more. The nausea is overwhelming. The thin strands of balance that remain make you instinctually cower low to the ground, trying to dig in as if the sky and the ground were inverted, and without a hand holding you onto the ceiling, you would tumble into the stars until they swallow your soul and return your body into astral ash. Can I get a sanity check?
I'm way too skilled for that.
I think
That would never happen.
I think we're in a metaphor. You know what Dems is?
Nah.
I've been having this dream, or maybe it wasn't a dream, where we killed this same motherfucker like 3 times now. And we just keep fucking having to kill him again. And it's metaphorical like this here staircase escalator majig. In that we keep doing it and then falling back into square one.
Walker.
I don't know how to kill it. Yeah?
Over and over again. It's like you're repeating. You're not sure how this is happening. It's like some kind of... It's like a little movie that you keep rewinding to the beginning and playing over again. And you
I think
feel
they call
yourself...
them GIFs.
It's like a GIF over and over again. And you feel the panic rising up in yourself. You want to start panting, but the air, it's thin. You're in a tunnel. And you find yourself sighing. You can't believe that safety has been bothering you. It's like this every job site you go to. The accident rate is here higher than it's been on every other job you've worked. The worry, it's building inside you as the lights flash overhead. You descend the elevator as it lowers you into this noisy, boring site. Something gnaws at you, but you can't quite place it. It's as if you're sleepwalking up to prepare charges for the next phase of this excavation. You're trying to pin it down, but it's just on the edge of your perception, just out of reach. Every time you reach out and try and grasp for it, it moves away. Highlighted amongst the wires spilling from the drilled holes in the bedrock, dripping, it trickles a water that slowly seems to increase.
Hmm.
You look around. You're familiar with your surroundings. You've been on this job site for a few weeks now. They brought you in, paid you well. You usually wouldn't work for the boring company, but medical expenses, your family needs this money, so you took the
Peatball is
job.
cancer.
Yeah, exactly. But something's been bothering you ever since you got here.
Hmm. And he just keeps getting pulled into this one spot, but it's like Sisyphus and the boulder kind of.
What do you mean? You've been
Just
working
keeps.
this job. I mean, like any job, you go in there every day and seems like it's the same, even though you make progress.
I think Walker is just gonna keep, he's there for the paycheck. He's gonna go in, plant the charges, chip away, clock out. It's like muscle memory.
What was it that was bothering you? It's on the tip of your tongue. You can almost taste it.
I think
Am I there also?
Of course you're there, Mr. Green.
Walker's gonna try to bury that feeling of discomfort and ignore it and just try to hide himself in his work.
You focus, going about placing the wires in their charges, going through each one of the holes, making sure that everything's perfect. And when you see Arthur Green, you're sure you know him from what is it? The organization. That's right. And then it dawns on you. It's like a shining piece of light, making everything that was obscured clear. Was the map upside down? He's been having us tunnel west, not east, into the Pacific. And then you look at the holes, the trickling water. And it's not a trickle, it's increasing. And as soon as it dawns upon you, it's too late. The wall starts to give way as a torrent of water floods the entire tunnel, submerging you in icy darkness that presses the air out of you. You smother, and the consciousness, it floods away from you as you're pulled through the tunnel underwater. Bashed off the equipment, almost frozen stiff, you force your way through the slippery ups and downs, bobbing bodies, to haul out and fumble onto a crampon, seizing the loop just as water illuminates below you. In the line, as far as you can see, pinpricks erupt, rolling through the water with angry smokes bubbling that chokes the air with acid as the Teslas burst into chemical fire below you in the water. The contact with the salt water makes it erupt. The explosive burning stutters as the whole scene fades to a seizure of flickering candles that light your lungs on fire. You have the oxygen squeezed out of you. In the burning spasms, you suffocate. Flashing lights. The elevator lowers you down into the demolition site. Something gnaws at you, but you can't quite place it. It's as if you're sleepwalking back to the prepared place where you've placed the charges and you just need to wire them up for the next phase of excavation. Highlighted amongst the wires, spilling from the drilled holes in the bedrock, dripping a trickle of water. It slowly seems to be increasing, but can't be right.
Walker's gonna go to the side of the cavern that he hasn't been to. The one that's in the opposite direction of where we mine.
Making your way to the other side of the cabin, you see Arthur Green on your way over there. Arthur, you're not sure what you're supposed to be doing here, but you're pretending to be like busy working. You see your friend Walker making his way over to, well, haven't seen him go in that direction yet.
I'm gonna start placing charges on.
I'm kind of stacking rocks. Like I'm finding myself like piles of rocks and stacking them higher, seeing how high I can get.
Mm-hmm. So you're going to place charges where now, Walker?
On the side of the cavern that's complete opposite of where we're mining from.
Yeah, absolutely. So you go ahead and place the charges, and you feel like you have a little bit of time. That feeling of uncertainty, you're not sure what. It's on the edge of your mind. You can't quite grasp it, but you go about your work, you place the charges. This isn't supposed to be, well, it's not designated for any kind of excavation, but at least until a later phase, but getting ahead of this kind of work wouldn't do any harm.
Always the motivated worker. Dixie is going to just send that shit inward and pull the trigger.
Forcing your way through psychic resistance is a feat of unmatched will by all but the greatest minds of humanity. You draw closer to a doorway framed in pure light and through which the explosives reveal, and pass through a luminous portal into a sea of elemental lava, surging in great rivers of heat around you. Arthur Green, you see your friend disappear into a doorway of light. What do you do?
Goddamn weed heads. Wait a second. Isn't it the one that takes the weed who gets the illusions? Ah,
Yes.
shit. Maybe he laced my drink.
He put the pot in my, oh, damn it. He spiked my drink with the weed.
Wait a second, I don't drink right now. No, that can't be right. Well, there's lots of rocks here. Need stacking. Maybe there's some more in there. Yeah, I think I'll just head inside and look for some rocks.
As soon as you make that decision, the entire tunnel floods behind you, and you literally take a step, and half of your leg that's left behind in the tunnel gets washed and submerged in icy cold ocean water. As you take that final step, you are immediately hit by the exact opposite. A wave of scalding heat and air burns through your nostrils as you smell sulfur. Molten gases, burning tears to your blurred vision, observing something big moving far away. Each of you see a pharaonic mountain of magma swelling forth from fathomless depths, molded into a visage of tortured rage. Familiar, different from what you've seen. A tail, long carmine cracks of bleeding rock rupture in tectonic body. Rolling, crumbling, its sweeping arms, the size of continents, crash down like an avalanche of burning rock raining metallic death. Around you, vibrating the world below your feet. Sanity check, please. Sanity checks, please.
Okay, and that's when we roll just against our current sanity, right?
That's correct.
Okay. Trying to beat a 6. Ooh, I succeed.
Ooh,
You guys are rolling
shit,
good
those are
tonight.
good rolls.
Yeah, we ain't bitches.
Ain't no bitches.
Sanity wins.
So you both blink away this vision. This Titanic. This huge mountain. And you squint against the hard white light of an antiseptic lab. Across the room, not 10 feet away, is a tiny little monkey with a spike in its head. It looks unhappy. drool pooling in a strand down its face into a viscous puddle in which it wallows. Then, a sourceless crackling fills your jaws as a thin porcelain film coats the monkey's face. Pale strands of fabric weave together, draping a deep hooded, obscuring the monkey's mask, as the rest of its body is skinned in ribbons of yellow. A presence holy and true now sits before you, demanding your honesty, your loyalty, and of course your complete obedience as you behold the king in yellow.
Elon.
I think that's a monkey.
Oh, oh.
Yeah, see, that ain't no Elon.
What is your net worth, monkey?
Oh, 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 oh.
I think that's high. There's multiple syllables in that.
Is it...
You want me to remove that spike from your head, buddy? Who put that there?
No, wait. He can stay there. For now.
I don't want to. No, it's a hurt monkey. I may be pro blowing up prairie dogs, but coincidentally, I'm also very anti-animal cruelty.
I need to check
Wait a
for
minute.
wealth first. It's not a monkey if it is rich.
What the fuck does that mean? Monkeys can be rich? I'm taking this spike out. Fuck you. And Walker's gonna try to remove the spike to help this poor monkey that's Haster.
You start getting close to the monkey, and it turns to you and asks, How many prairie dogs have you killed? You say that you're not against the...
Do you want like the actual number?
Yes.
876 confirmed, possibly another 243 unconfirmed with explosives.
And you say you're against animal cruelty, and yet you're one of the most cruel beings
It's
in the
not.
world.
Is it really cruel if they don't really, exist after pull the trigger? There's no suffering.
You've robbed them of their existence.
Yeah, but so does every motherfucker who eats a meat. And I'll see you lecturing them, Mr. Monkey.
I'll get to them eventually, all right?
It's only prairie dogs, and it's only because Peepaw raised me that way. I'm a victim of circumstance, Mr. Monkey.
All responsible for our actions, Mr. Walker. You can try and off-put your responsibility onto others, but at the end of the day, you are responsible.
Okay, but can I take this fucking spike out of your head? Because it looks like it's harming you.
If I can get my stat block up, I will see if you can or you cannot. Ha-ha! Ha-ha-ha! Ah, I mean, he's got kind of a long stat block. Fuck. There we
That's comforting.
Hmm.
He doesn't know. He thinks it's just like a weird monkey on his trip. I don't think he's aware that it's an elder god.
I would probably know since I'm a scholar of the Eldritch.
Yeah, I think the pallid mask and the ribbons of yellow that he's clothed in will give it away. You're pretty sure that this is the king in yellow, but a monkey, little monkey yellow man.
I don't think Dixie's gonna know what the fuck that is. He's literally just a contractor that was hired to be expendable.
So, Mr. Walker, you go up to this monkey and you place a hand on this spike in its brain, and you feel something radiate into your body, through your arm, up your neck, and into your mind. You're quite sure that this monkey is the President of the United States of America. You must obey the President's commands.
Fuck that. I never said Walker was a patriot.
That's true. I didn't vote for him.
Yeah, fuck this monkey. I voted third party.
Actually, I voted Green Party.
Yeah, sorry. I don't really agree with
I should become president.
Yeah, your policies are not really gonna work on me, Mr. Monkey. I'm gonna help you with this fucking brain spike that they're putting in you to torture you. And
Well, if
Walker's
you
gonna try
won't,
to help the monkey.
yeah, go ahead and give me an athletics check as you try and pull the spike out of his brain, and he is going to give you a decaying touch.
I don't know what that is, but okay.
Oh, yeah,
I succeed.
You succeed?
Yes, at my athletics.
All right. Hmm.
What is decaying touch?
I think
a
it's
lot
where
of
you die.
damage.
It's damage?
It's a lot of damage.
How much damage?
I'm having to cut it a little bit. Let me get my
Because I only
D6.
have 14 HP. So,
Ooh, that was high. That was a high roll. Um, 31. So you're going to take 8 damage.
oof. Okay.
As you pull this spike out of its brain, you see this necrotic energy waft through your arm and make your arm shrivel up. I'm going to need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Make sure you can stay conscious because that was a hell of a
I
lot of
succeed.
damage. Yeah, so you feel yourself drawn out to this necrotic energy, sucking the life away from you, and you're just barely able to hold on to consciousness as you retch out the spike out of the monkey's brain.
Did I help the monkey?
It immediately dies.
Oh.
You watch as the porcelain mask cracks and shatters as it topples over, and the yellow strips, the cloth that it was wrapped in, fade like ash.
He's being kind of a judgmental asshole. You heard that, right?
I'm still wondering what his net worth was.
Well, shit. He was just bitching about how many prairie dogs I killed, and he didn't really have a good response about me countering, like, what about all the things that he's eating and stuff? He just said, "Oh, I'll get to that eventually," and then he fucking died because I wouldn't let him be a goddamn unicorn no more.
Yeah, fuck people who just guilt trip you instead of doing anything.
Yeah, fucking slacktivist. Why doesn't he tweet about it?
So each of you look around, and there is a illusion, like a mirage. It gently drifts away as these different pieces of this reality that were being held together by the King in Yellow begin to dissipate and dispel. And you see.
Did you have that whole stack block? And then I'm sorry to interrupt, but did I did I just accidentally like sidestep the whole boss fight by just pulling the fucking spike out?
Hey, that was a good athletics check. You yanked this spike out. I was gonna make it like, oh no, you got to do 3, but then I realized it's just like a neural implant inside of a monkey's skull, and you're like big old corn-fed country boy. So no, you could just rip that out. Yeah, so that makes sense. Yeah, no, if you ever do face the actual King in Yellow, it might be a little bit harder because he is kind of like yoked as fuck. But this is just a monkey with a spike in his head. However,
Check the monkey's pockets.
A monkey don't got pockets.
yeah, you check over the monkey, and he just got a huge pair of monkey testicles and nothing else.
Hmm.
But as these illusions fade away, the clean, orderly almost immaculate disposition of the room starts to decay around you. You see that everything here is in shambles. The lights overhead are flickering and faded. Some of them are broken. All the organized stacks of paperwork and the workstations of computers are all broken and shattered, scattered over the entire area. And as you look around, you see bodies stacked in every direction.
Hey, it looks like you've been through here.
I wonder what the capital gain of this is.
I don't know what the fuck that means, man. There's just dead bodies.
It's about 15%. You look around and you see that these surgery white labs that spans around you, there are dozens of lab-coated scientists dead on the ground, and from each of them, their necks, they've erupted long spindles of crusted proboscis that continually rain, sprinkling spores into the air. I need each of you to make luck checks, please.
One constitution.
That's next.
How do I make a luck check?
Luck is just a D100, and if it's above 50, you fail, and if it's lower than 50, you succeed.
I rolled a 1.
Nice.
I fail.
Okay, so I need you to make a constitution check. Mr. Walker, as you look around and you see that
I get a crit success.
Nice. You brush it off. So, yeah, you are standing right on top of one of these bodies that has just materialized beneath you as the illusion has been dispelled. And you see that you have walked into this long, fragile proboscis, and you have just completely shattered it, and it's rained down these spores on top of you. You feel them starting to worm their way inside of your body, and you're able to flex through it. Ugh.
John, you got some alcohol on you?
Huh?
Do you have alcohol or salt on you?
I have some salt.
Give that to me real quick.
Yeah, here you go.
Yeah, Dixie's gonna mix the salt in the water and drink that and kill any spores that are within them.
Makes sense?
I assume land science would include basic microbiology. Salt kill mushroom. No exception.
Mushroom no like salt.
Yeah, no mushroom, no like salt. So yeah, he's gonna drink some salt water.
And as you kind of fortify yourself against the mushroom spores, you hear...
Was that you?
Huh?
The fucking old man gasp that I just heard.
You know,
Marcus,
I was just wondering right now why Delta Green doesn't hand out flamethrowers.
Probably because agents like you exist and you would just torch anything the second you got to be near it.
Yeah, but like, what's the particular reason?
Yeah, but why don't
that's that? Why that's not a thing they want?
they could just level the building with a bombing run beforehand at that point, I think.
So if I may please get a perception check as you guys look around for the Gasper.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go ahead and ask, has anyone seen Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood?
Yeah.
You remember that?
I have not.
Oh, well, Mr. Green's going to get this a little bit better then. You remember that scene where everybody gets into the headquarters and they go down below and they find the experiments where they were trying to make super soldiers with the Philosopher's Stone?
No, I don't remember that.
Well, how'd your perception check go?
I passed.
Success.
Each of you see a shambling horde of all these scientists who have very bulging necks, and they all see you, and you see them. As they shamble around the corner, a horde of thumb-neck unpaid interns begins to run at you at full sprint.
Grenade.
I don't know if I'd throw a grenade in a confined space just yet.
I don't have these kinds of limitations.
I think you do have a limitation called a fucking organic body, in which there's another thing called shrapnel and blood loss.
What's the space of the room?
This is a thin corridor that is quickly filling up with hundreds and hundreds of bodies from one end,
Here,
and you
I'll
have
show you. I'll show you, Arthur, what you should use for an explosive in a room like this instead of fucking channeling a shockwave to break our necks. I'm gonna put a claymore mine down and rip through all these guys with ball bearings.
hot. So yeah, you plant a claymore down this side facing towards baddies, and you start sprinting in the opposite direction. You hear the claymore go off behind you, and it immediately gets piled on by 100 more of these bodies as this wave of zombies starts making their way towards you all, and you have a very narrow opportunity to get back to the stairway that you see the opposite end of this tunnel and start making your way up through the stairwell. I'm going to need athletics checks from each of you as you try and outpace these zombies. Well, I mean, technically, they're not dead.
I succeed as well.
With the slight advantage given to you by the claymore, you each burst into the stairwell and start making your way up. As you get back up to the third or fourth level, you look, casting a glance down through the stairwell, and you just see it's like a pool, a liquid. This is straight out of World War Z. They're just swimming over each other and going up through the central stairwell, up through the gaps in the stairway.
Chuck all our grenades over the edge, right?
Give me another athletics roll. Give yourself plus 20.
Athletics are explosive.
So you're just sprinting and tossing grenades and explosives over your shoulder at this point.
Yeah.
No explosives necessary. Just go ahead and give yourself plus 20 on your athletics roll.
Success.
Mr. Green.
Do I also get plus 20?
Yes.
Okay, then I automatically succeed. I'm gonna roll, see if I crit. I crit.
You fly through the door all the way down the corridor and make your way into the elevator. You press the button and open the doors, and they are closing just as Walker sprints into the elevator, and you guys hear as heavy bodies thud into the closed elevator doors. Bing!
I shoot the speakers.
Do not shoot a fucking gun in this enclosed space for the love of all that is holy.
Ears must die.
Eardrums are overrated. You guys emerge back into the lobby and sprinting outside of the building. There is clearly going to be a problem, and you get on the phone.
Pizzas are gone.
No, of course the pizzas are still there. They're just like kind of spilled over in front of the door.
Okay, I take one. And I call the handler.
Well, so what is it? You get to the bottom of what's going on there, door link.
The king in yellow.
What? What do you mean the king in yellow?
He's here.
Okay. Now, how should we go about this? I don't know if we should. I heard he's the
Doesn't seem to be
president.
too active right now. Might become active at another point. We've been cycling through a number of dimensions after entering the building, and currently back at the entrance. We don't know if we can re-enter properly.
We'll send a
But the building
decontamination
seems to
squad.
be actively hostile towards the people that enter it.
Understood. We'll send people with psychology. We'll send psychologists. Psychologists will know what to do.
I don't know about that one.
These are professionals, Walker. They know what they're doing.
I don't think they do, because you say probably the same shit to the team that was here before about me being a professional and knowing what I'm doing, and that sure as shit ain't true.
Okay, but the difference is I was lying that time.
How the fuck am I supposed to trust you then? You fucking sent me into a goddamn monkey torture facility.
Look,
Well, you know how that works. So, hypergeometry is kind of a science, but also not really. And psychology is also kind of a science, but not really.
making some good points
So
here.
that checks out.
It's very true. Good points all around. All right, we'll send in the team and the team of psychologists, but, mostly the team of flamethrowers. And yeah, that's the camera's going to go ahead and pan out as you guys sit at the front waiting to meet the various Delta Green decontamination squads eating some pizza. I think that's where we're going to wrap it up for this session here.
What happens after they arrive? Or do we do that next session?
The psychologists start talking to you and then passing you and Walker, just the squad of firemen. Fahrenheit 451 firemen. Just start going into the elevator, team after team after team.
Nice.
Situation handled. Good job, everyone. Pats on the back all the way around.
There was
I'm
some
gonna
weird-
enter third-party politics.
There's some weird monkey torture going on.
Yeah, that would be
Nah.
Neuralink's business. Just killing monkeys.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
No one should like that. Torturing monkeys, just monkey massacre is not great. You'd think there would be laws against such kind of thing. You know, I saw this one movie where this guy, I think his name was Caesar. He didn't like it when all the monkeys were getting fucked up.
Yeah, but that monkey fucking gave me like a curse when I was
How's
trying to
your
help
arm,
him.
by the way?
Fucked. My arm is fucked.
Let me check that out. Can I make first aid? First
Yes, you
aid
may.
check. Maybe inject some kind of water to moisturize it, rub some lotion over it, give some medicine.
Got some aloe vera on there? Yeah, absolutely.
Also known as I mainline morphine.
The most effective lotion, morphine.
Maybe I have some salve with THC.
Just inject me with that yellow shit.
Oh, might not want to use that yet.
Yeah, probably not. We've managed to retain fucking Pedro's favor as well as the magic yellow drugs.
Got the drugs, got Pedro's pager. We good, man.
I succeed on first aid.
Go ahead and roll a d4.
One.
All right, reduce that 8 points of damage down to 7.
Damn. And I'm guessing I don't get healed fucking next session automatically.
That's a good question. No, this isn't D&D, that's for sure. Now damage sticks around a little bit in this here system.
Wait a second. Is there some kind of rule for this in the home section?
Certainly is. Huh. Yeah, I thought there was a way to heal a little bit at home. I know medicine gives you a little bit of a chance to heal as well. On top of first aid. Where'd it go? Where'd it go?
Well, I only have first aid skill. No medicine or surgery. Can I just check into like a hospital?
A mental hospital, 'cause you cray.
I'm not that crazy.
They say I'm crazy.
I have 60 sanity points right now.
Nice. Yeah, you guys rolled really good tonight.
Yeah, I don't think we really failed on anything that important.
Except stealth, and I have 10% on that.
Yeah, you failed stealth. I failed the luck roll, but I think other than that, we did really well.
I also failed one unnatural.
Oh, so go ahead and increase your unnatural skill by 1. Oh, here we go. Healing. There are 4 types of healing: resuscitation, stabilization, treatment, and recuperation. We are looking for recuperation and treatment. Treatment is medical care in a hospital or an aid station with extensive tools and medicines. A doctor can attempt a surgery or a medicine test once per week. Surgery for critical care or severe wounds. Medicine for poison, disease, ongoing healing. Sex for treatment is 1d4. All right.
I think I need surgery if it's. Well, if 1d4 is treatment.
All right, so I went ahead and rolled, assuming that the doctor is just going to succeed. Go ahead and add one more hit point. On top of your damage, reduce that 7 down to 6.
Okay.
Sorry, I rolled low.
Down. It's fine. I have 8 current hit points.
And recuperation. Over time, the human body parts are repaired self. But their body repairs itself down there, don't you know? A patient who's resting in a safe place with proper food and water can attempt a con times 5 test once per day to recover 1 HP. All right, yeah, so if you want to go ahead and make a con check, go ahead and make 7 con checks. Critical success, the patient regains 1d4. On a fumble, the patient loses.
I got a
HP.
1. So 1, 2, 3. All of mine succeed.
Nice.
I have an 80. 80 Constitution.
That'll help. All right, so go ahead and add 3 back onto your HP, so you should have 3 damage left.
Yes, I'm up to 11.
Oh. All right, and I think that's where we're going to wrap it up. Thank you all very much for playing. Good night.
Good night.
Yeah, good night.